Good morning. First, a live look outside. We're gearing up for yet another hot and dry day, making for less than ideal conditions for fire crews in Colorado. Right now, firefighters in Larimer County are trying to get a handle on the fast-moving wildfire burning west of Loveland. Good morning. I'm Corey Rose.
And I'm Jordan Chavez. This fire has been named the Alexander Mountain Fire. Began yesterday morning, and since then, the Larimer County Sheriff's Office says it has burned nearly 1,000 acres. Plus, it's forced people to evacuate their homes.
I mean, look at these images from yesterday. While the fire hasn't reached any buildings yet, the Larimer County Sheriff's Office sent out a combination of mandatory and voluntary evacuation notices for people living along a stretch of Highway 34. Those orders are still in place this morning, as are the road closures in the area. The full details are both on this website on 9news.com.
2 evacuation centers are open on either side of this fire. That's what we're showing you right now. One is at the Foundation Church off North Denver Avenue in Loveland. The other is at the Event Center off Rooftop Way in Estes Park.
Now this morning, 9 News reporter Brianna Fernandez is live in Larimer County with the latest on this fire. Good morning, Brianna.
Hey, good morning, you guys. So you could see that we're seeing a lot of hazy conditions out here in Larimer County. And as soon as we got out of our car, the first thing that you'll notice is that smell. It smells so smoky out here. Now, right now, we're at the intersection of Highway 34 and County Road 29. This is the closest that we can get right now. You can see we do have first responders blocking the area, and there's a big sign that says that the road is closed. The only people that are allowed to go inside are people who have an ID and are able to go through that road. So right now, the fire is estimated to be 950 acres, 0% contained, and that's the latest according to officials. So these videos and pictures in the daytime give you a better idea of what firefighters have been dealing with since yesterday and what several folks could see for miles: huge plumes of smoke. So just after 10:30 yesterday morning, reports started coming in of smoke in the mountains. The fire quickly spread with no signs of stopping. Now it's been all hands on deck since. Firefighters from several different agencies have been tackling this fire from all directions. We know helicopters and planes have been dropping water in the area. We know Horsetooth Reservoir is close to assist the wildfire response, and helicopter water fills. Now, those who live nearby say it all happened so quickly. Take a listen.
The first thing when I first saw it, I just thought, this is just a little fire. It's a little brush fire. It's not going to do anything. They're going to get it taken care of. By the time that I got back home and saw the flames on the mountain, I started panicking. And my partner, he's being really calm about it, and I'm freaking out. Okay, we gotta go get this, we gotta go get that. And so I'm a little worried at this point. I'm trying to remain calm. I have a 2-year-old and a 15-year-old, and so we're just trying to keep it together.
Now, the Larimer County Sheriff's Office will transfer command of the fire to the U.S. Forest Service at 6 this morning, so in just about an hour. We know the fire is still under investigation and still a lot of questions of work. Of course, we're working to find that out for you, so once we have more information from the Larimer County Sheriff's Office or the U.S. Forest Service, we'll keep you updated both on air as well as online. For now, I'm live here in Larimer County. Brianna Fernandez for 9 News. So let's send things over to 9 News meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Chris, how are the conditions going to be throughout the day here in Larimer County?
A good breakdown there, Brianna. I'll say this. There's kind of a very good side of things and a very bad side of things. And the bad side of things is what you're looking at. It's the relative humidity. The higher this number is, the more moisture there is in the atmosphere to work with. And it's bone dry out there. There's no other way to put it. It is extremely dry out there over the site of the Alexander Mountain Fire, which is right there just to the north of Highway 34, as we were just talking about a second ago. The good news side of things, it's the wind. This will most likely keep this from not spreading all that quickly. When we were talking a few years ago about the Cameron Peak, the Williams Fork, all the big wildfires, the East Troublesome fires of 2020, we had excessive, 50, 60 plus mile an hour winds that really whipped these fires along. We don't have anything close to that. We have winds that even today may be a little lighter than what we had yesterday, 15, maybe 20 mile an hour gusts. That's still enough to maybe edge those that smoke along and that fire along, but we're not talking about the excessive winds of what we saw just a couple of years ago. So again, very, very different conditions from what we saw back in 2020. That may be the good news there. Meantime, here in Denver, it's mostly on the calm side today. We'll top out at 99 degrees, mostly sunny. We'll be near our daily record of 101 for us in Denver today. Up and down that I-25 corridor, there is a heat advisory for today. That is for temperatures up to 101. Right now in the 60s and 70s Eastern Plains. Topping out, as I mentioned, in the 90s and 100s. And we also have an air quality alert until 4 p.m. for today for that I-25 corridor. But we may get some moisture for next week. I'm going to have details on that coming up in my full forecast. That wildfire smoke likely increases for tomorrow as well. I'll have more details again on all that coming up in a couple of minutes. We'll send things over to Erica for a look at traffic.
Chris, thank you. Yeah, a lot happening with the weather, but right now the roads are very, very quiet. It is 5:05 on your Tuesday morning. We're taking a live look from CDOT at I-70 and 270 this hour, where things are moving along nicely. A few cars out out there, and we're seeing the same thing on our map. Lots of green this morning if you're going to be traveling across the metro area or beyond. No significant delays out here, and it looks like my clicker doesn't want to advance our graphics, but as you can see, travel times are quick. So far, so good.
Erica, thank you. Right now, fire crews from Colorado are also battling other wildfires to the northwest. That includes 6 firefighters from the Colorado Springs Fire Department who packed up and headed out to the southwestern part of the state. As we speak, a fire is spreading through parts of the Mesa Verde National Park after a lightning strike started the flames. The crews arrived Monday and immediately started helping with containment.
And our personnel down there, and then they're able to work with some of our neighbors, and they're able to gain experience in a slightly different part of the state. And they can bring that experience back here to us so that we can learn from it as well.
To the northwest, hotter and drier weather is causing multiple smaller fires to break out and spread. Crews from Colorado are in Idaho and Oregon managing fire lines there as well.
Now to the largest active wildfire in the country, the Park Fire, burning in Butte County, California, has burned more than 373,000 acres, or about 583 square miles, which is a larger area than the city of Phoenix. The flames sparked last Wednesday after people say they witnessed a man push a burning car 60 feet into a gully. That man has been arrested, and since that happened, the Park Fire has grown to become the 6th largest wildfire in California history. So far, the flames have destroyed more than 100 buildings. Thousands more are still threatened. As of this morning, CAL FIRE says that crews have the Park Fire 14% contained.
And to the north in Canada, authorities say firefighters have put out all wildfires burning in Jasper, but the flames left behind a ton of damage in the Alberta town. As you can see, the fires destroyed hundreds of homes and damaged other businesses and churches. Firefighters were battling these flames for days, but cooler weather moved in over the weekend, allowing fire crews to regroup. Jasper and its national park will remain closed for now as temperatures soar in the coming days. The intense heat presents even more fire danger, and officials are trying to lower the risk.
Democrats across America have been holding video calls to rally support for Kamala Harris's presidential campaign as she tries to quickly unify the party following President Biden's exit. Last night, there was a call for Colorado's Democrats. The governor spoke along with other elected Democrats, and right now there is no real sign of disunity. The governor and Colorado's entire Democratic congressional delegation endorsed Harris on the day that President Biden announced he was dropping out of the race.
Meanwhile, North Carolina's Democratic Governor Roy Cooper has taken himself out of consideration as a VP pick for Harris. That's according to one source familiar with the discussions. Cooper was viewed as one of the top contenders for the role, but he reportedly expressed concern about going through the election process at the age of 67.
And which is a little bit closer to finding out if former President Donald Trump plans to debate the vice president. Monday, in a Fox News interview, he said that he would, quote, probably end up debating Harris, but then he also said he could make a case for not doing it. When asked why, Trump said because voters, quote, already know everything about both candidates. Trump previously agreed to debate Biden a second time in September on ABC.
Right now, a civil trial is underway connected to the 2018 shooting at Santa Fe High School in Texas. This case is against the parents of the accused shooter. The lawsuit claims his parents are partly to blame for the shooting because the gunman had easy access to weapons in the house. Those weapons were used to kill 8 students and 2 teachers. Opening statements are set to begin on Wednesday. The trial is expected to last several weeks.
4 Miami-Dade police officers charged with manslaughter pleaded not guilty in the shooting deaths of 2 people in 2019. Police say the incident began as an armed robbery at a jewelry store. It ended with the deaths of a UPS truck driver who had been taken hostage and a bystander in another car. The 2 robbery suspects were also killed. A judge set their trial for February 17th, and if convicted, the maximum penalty under Florida law is up to 30 years in state prison.
And one thing to know about the weather for today, it's going to be really hot out there. We have a heat advisory between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. for today and to early tonight. 99 degrees, our daily records 101 set back in 2005. Air quality alert until 4 p.m. today, covering the entire I-25 corridor as well. So it's that heat, it's that dry heat, and some of that wildfire smoke. That continues to be our main stories. I'm going to send things over to Erica for a look at traffic.
Chris, thank you so much. Right now, the drive is pretty quiet out here at 510 on your Tuesday morning. Whole lot of green as we check in on your drive along westbound I-70. The only spot I'm dealing with a little bit of a slowdown right here through Aurora on that westbound side of I-70 before 225, where we've got some lingering overnight road work. So because of that, we are dealing with about a 3 to 4 minute slowdown. Nothing too terrible for your westbound I-70 drive between E470 and 76.
All right, Erica, thank you. New this morning, former Broncos star Terrell Davis says United Airlines put him on a no-fly list. Davis was removed from a plane and handcuffed earlier this month after he says that he tapped a flight attendant on the arm while asking for ice. He was questioned by the FBI, then released. United put out an apology, but in a new statement this morning, Davis says that United sent him a travel ban, basically saying that he cannot fly on United flights. Davis now says he's working to hold someone accountable for what he calls mistreatment.